The next lesson in the sociology of education is on the hidden curriculum. And recall the definition of this concept, understand and assess it. Formal curriculum, English, science, maths. Obedience, routine, dress code, achievement, competition, social control, gender roles, bourgeois values, false consciousness, Marxist terms. Previous lesson on Marxists and the anti-school peer group. There's the questions. You know what to do. So, curriculum and the formal curriculum. You probably heard the word curriculum. It means the stuff you learn in schools. These sorts of subjects here. You sit in lessons and you do English and you do maths and you do science and you do sociology. They're what we call the formal curriculum. The stuff you learn in schools in lessons. But to sociologists, large parts of the curriculum are hidden from you. They're actually hidden from many teachers. It's a form of brainwashing, you could say. So it's happening to you, you're being taught it, you don't know you're being taught it. That's why it's called the hidden curriculum. Made up of several parts. Pyramid. School have a head, a couple of deputies, senior teachers, kids. Schools have got a pyramid structure, just like life. Now, all sociologists agree on this, and feminists would point out in most schools the head teacher is a man, thus getting everyone ready for that the men are in charge. To functionalists, this pyramid system is just getting you ready for the fact that when you, in the real world, you will have working in a pyramid. And to a Marxist, the pyramid structure's there at school to get you ready for your life as a good little worker doing what you're told at work. So everyone agrees about the pyramid thing, but they have different perspectives on it. Social control. When you're at school, you have very little control. You have very little autonomy, freedom about how you organise your school day and what you do. You have to ask to go to the toilet. Now, to a functionalist, this is good. This is getting you ready, socialising you for your future adult life when you have a job and you're expected to do what you're told by your boss is good for you. To a Marxist, exactly the same stuff is negative. It's getting you ready to be an obedient worker and to do what you do at work without even thinking about it, false consciousness. Achievement and competition. Schools are all about you are competing for these grades. It's meant to be a meritocracy. If you work hard and are clever, you do well. This is getting you ready to work in a capitalist economy where you are competing with other people for money via your jobs. To functionalists, this is a really important part of the school system. Individual achievement, competition. Routine. Schools run on routines. Bell goes, you move to a lesson. You are not consulted about what lesson you have when. You're not consulted about how long the lesson lasts. You're not consulted about what happens in those lessons. There's no consultation. There's zero autonomy for you. To a functionalist, this is good. This is getting you ready for the world of work, where the boss won't ask you what you want to do. What time you want to start work. Again, to a Marxist, this is getting you ready to be a good little worker. False consciousness, think this is normal and natural. Dress code. Schools have uniforms. And our school uniform is copying the middle class. The current school uniform is a copy of an elite school uniform. You're imposing bourgeois values, a Marxist would say. You're making you think these kids are better than you. They're not copying you, you're copying them. To a functionalist, again, dress code is just getting you ready for work. You will need to understand that you have to wear certain different clothes for work. Gender roles. Feminists have a lot to say about schools and gender roles. We have health and social and textiles, push for girls. RM, DT for boys. How people are canalised into these subjects, getting them ready for their gender roles. They have different school uniforms, skirts, they have different PE lessons, and there's no need for that. Yeah, that's the feminist view on gender roles and the hidden curriculum. And then you can have a go at this 8-mark essay. Explain what we mean by the hidden curriculum. And here's a quick plan of it.